So I threw a party for Puff. Puff comes and big party. It's like 2,000. Puff is there, and it's all.
So I set up a party for Puff comes and huge party. It resembles 2000 Puff is there and everything unquestionably revolves around him. And I won't ever get he flew off the handle at me. A tad since I would follow him and I would truly follow him with the camera in. Light of the fact that at that around then Puff was the greatest person on the planet, what you profited from Scratch Group used to rest on my lounge chair. 13 years of age, hello, was interested, I had an opportunity to see a few things, definitely yet you 13. Were you seeing? I went there to see the way of life, and I saw it, so it appears as though Jamie Foxx is attempting to cause everybody to fail to remember that he was a customary at Diddy's gatherings for a really long time, and word on the road is that Jimmy is unnerved that his own skeletons will begin dropping out of the wardrobe since the FBI has purportedly sent off an examination concerning Diddy's charges, viral reports via virtual entertainment guarantee that Cassie has given a lot of implicating proof against Diddy to the federal authorities, including video and sound accounts, instant messages, and surprisingly, Diddy's ex Kim Watchman's old burner telephone, supposedly a portion of the messages Cassie submitted as proof. Name a few high-profile industry men from ministers to Hollywood entertainers who participated in those oddity-off meetings, now assuming these men were simply getting going with other consenting grown-ups at these offs, we wouldn't have an issue yet. See, the issue is that these implicating messages purportedly depict these men and doing you know what with underage young men. So how does this all connect with Jamie Foxx? Well, Jamie himself conceded that he used to go to Diddy's gatherings for a really long time. And, harking back to the 90s, he was even accountable for recording them. On top of that, fans are taking a gander at Jimmy sideways in light of the fact that a meeting as of late re-emerged where Jimmy discussed 13-year-old Scratch Gun dozing in his place. Obviously, fans quickly considered Usher and Diddy, and the entire Puffy Flavor Camp circumstance, since for what reason were these developed men dozing in a similar house with teen young men? At any rate, the entire business is by all accounts wrecked, and they're scrambling and scratching as Diddy would agree to conceal their association with sibling affection and his oddity off parties around then. Puff was the greatest person on the planet. You realize you were unable to try and get in this party, so the manner in which I would get in this party, I appear with a camera like I Puff, you want to record archive. Jamie Foxx is supposed to overreact right now over his association with Diddy's oddity off parties with a lot more youthful folk? And sources are saying Jamie is presently limiting any association with Diddy since he could have his very own few accounts about the wild things that went down at those gatherings for some time current. Individuals have been discussing Diddy being on the DL and feeling weak at the knees over more youthful fellows. And when I say more youthful, I mean unlawfully more youthful throughout the long term. A ton of industry people have been moving forward and tossing. They've seen some powerful stuff occurring at Diddy's scandalous local gatherings, and I went to utilize a restroom, and it was a dildo on the restroom sink. And when I came out, I got some information about that his homeboy joint. You realize I don't have the foggiest idea what it's about. These murmurs regarding Diddy remaining hush are no new news. Possibly they've been drifting around since way. Thinking back to the 90s, Suge Knight even asserted that back when Tupac was alive, he needed to uncover Diddy since he supposedly stressed over Diddy being around kids. He caused Pac Phil. He was genuinely focused on the music, so on the off chance that you're a maker or you rap, and notwithstanding you're hitched or not, and you got a sweetheart that works for you, a genuine beau who used to be an artist. Peka concentrated on the ancient rarity. Puck was genuine brilliant. So before he say something, he go get his work done. He say, okay, this person here, they say he gay, he go the two different ways. I won't put it out there on him yet. We'll properly investigate things, and on the off chance that it's actual, the world ought to know, since this person may associate with one of those young children one day and wreck around with them, and you no, so I'ma do it to save him a young kid. Word on the road is that Diddy has been a purportedly developing youthful up-and-coming rappers and vocalists for in a real sense. Many years, everything evidently started off when Usher, who used to be under the care of Diddy, drilled down into how at only 13 or 14, La Reed sent him to reside with Diddy in New York City and joined Diddy's Flavor Camp. I moved to New York City, and I resided with Sean Puffy C.S. for a year. That is the insane thing now that what As Lauray's thought right, we're sending you over to something many refer to as Puffy Flavor Camp there. You go to learn Flavor Camp. Definitely, that is what it was called. And you will go to Puff Daddy he in the 90s. Do you figure out what that resembles when Usher was inquired as to whether Diddy's spot was brimming with young ladies? He didn't directly up say everything revolved around that. And you could see he was gauging, regardless of whether to set free the real factors. Puffy's place was like Jeff loaded up with chicks and oring like constant, right? No. Not actually, except for hello. It was interested I had an opportunity to see a few things. Usher confessed to seeing a few truly wild things going down at Pup's Flavor Camp, despite the fact that he was too youthful to truly understand what was truly happening, and keeping in mind that Usher never truly let the cat out of the bag on what precisely went down at Puffy Flavor Camp. He referenced he was getting that per diem to chill with Diddy. Now other developed people at his home. Does he make them do any tasks or you doing dishes whatsoever? To keep you humble fairly, or are you very much like might you at any point keep awake till 4 a.m. with them and party? I truly remained up longer than them. And do you have cash? What's happening? I had like peer DM, I had like a live better believe it's insane now, regardless of how you attempt to flip it. There's not a good reason for a 14-year-old kid to bunk with ye, the developed man who's not his family, and blending in with a wide range of obscure characters who used to kick it with Diddy. Yet what's considerably more evil is that Diddy once let it slip that Usher was significantly more youthful than 14 when they used to rest in a similar room. As a matter of fact, Diddy said Usher was only 10 years of age when they used to crash in similar bed and wrestle over the ice chips. This is my sibling here from the very first moment we utilized Toke Awaken and I met. And damn delay yet. Like test out. Once upon a time when he was like 10 and I was somewhat more established as more established sibling, we used to battle about the over the ice pieces. You understand what I'm talking about before Stop was designed to understand what I'm talking about, but yet it's my sibling for genuine. We used to wrestle off of the ice pieces. Since he used to continuously rise and shine ahead of schedule with me currently, he's one of the richest on the planet. And why? What the Puff say, no one will recognize this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the ice chips and were streaming experience that was moronic. You. Do you recall Anita, a young lady, and Diddy taking a gander at Usher while rapping you was more than my young lady? We resembled siblings the entire night. We would play battle under covers. I won't ever see that line as similar after this. At any rate, it appears as though people are at long last checking out what's actually the serious dick. All here, there's really no need to focus on Diddy's sexual direction, and no one's in any event fluttering an eyelash at, regardless of whether he's into folks any longer. The genuine article is about these allegations of him meddling with young men. To be clear, nobody has directly ventured forward blaming Diddy for yet. There's a pile of clasps out there showing Diddy causing young fellows to feel a wide range of uncomfortable around him. Take Justin Bieber, for example. He was shipped off, spend time with Diddy for 48 hours when he was only 15 and Diddy was 40. We just so look at this, yeah. Justin, he's in you at any point seen the film 48 Hours right presently. He's having 48 hours with Diddy him. They're having the hours of their lives like you know where we hanging out and what we doing? We can't actually unveil yet. It's certainly a 15-year-old's fantasy.